So, for the DTA, that was in person, I'm very keen on making things more interactive. I'm not a PowerPoint kind of gal. I prefer conversation. So obviously in some ways that can be a little bit more challenging via Zoom without like breakout sessions, but I think that we're a good number that it will be manageable. And obviously, if you're participating in this session, you specifically or your club has, some either concerns or is brainstorming about public image, which is terrific. And I would really, especially since there's, so few of us on this call, just tailor this conversation. We have up to 2 hours. Ooh, Tara's here. She's connecting. Um, we can use this conversation, make it open-ended. I don't have a hello, Tyra. Don't have a set agenda. I is everyone in this call familiar with elevaterotary.org?
Yes.
Joan is shaking her head no. Okay, elevaterotary.org, and I can type it in the chat as well, is a great resource and starting point for all questions um, related to PI in terms of just foundation for like guidance concerning logos and trademarks, interactive tools to build out your brand design kit for your club, suggestions for different topics that you might want to highlight connected to Rotary areas of focus or monthly themes. So it's a really good general touch point to explore those questions foundationally about public image. And then I'm envisioning this session to delve more into the specific questions. And this fall, um, the Public Image Committee, and happy to have Jane and Tyra on this call. They're both members of that committee. We will be having calls, Q&A calls. Clubs can, it will be a centralized touch point for clubs to ask any specific questions and function more as like an interactive workshop where, we could share screens, and if anyone has questions about like formatting something in particular or making something look more aesthetically appealing, we can use that time because a lot of the questions tend to be consistent across clubs. And if they're not, sometimes one person asking a question will, bring up something for someone else that is related. So that's something to look forward to. And I see this amount of time, if we go the 2 hours, terrific, whatever kind of time we need. But if you all would like to go, we can go around, introduce ourselves, and just provide kind of an overview of where your club is at in terms of public image and what role are you playing in that process, whether you're chair or another committee, but interested in it. We can start. Okay, I'm going to start with how things are appearing on my screen. So we'll start with Jane.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jane Nash. I'm the past president of the Rotary Club of Herndon Reston. I have been a District 7610 Public Image Chair, and this year I'm on the committee. I do manage several social media pages, including my own at Herndon Reston. I help to manage the district's public image groups, the Facebook pages. I also manage my club's website. So I had to learn the DB Easy and Beautiful website. It was not easy and beautiful. It was, but no, it's been a lot of fun. I've been managing it for like maybe 3 or 4 years now. So if anybody ever needs any help with your website and you're using DACDB and you have any questions or need help, I'm happy to do that. I've helped several other clubs in our district with their Facebook and with their websites, and I'm happy to help. And I enjoy social media. I manage other accounts as well with another nonprofit. So I've been doing that, and it is part time. I'm still working, but I do love Rotary, and I do love getting that message out and building those irresistible clubs through public image and working with great teams as all of you, working with all of you. It's just been fantastic.
Thank you so much, Jane. She's a superstar. Earl.
Yes, I'm Earl Baughman from the Rappahannock Club, and I'm kind of here to just facilitate and get the session going and so forth is my primary role, but here to listen in and throw in a few things as appropriate. But I think most of you know, I'm the chief of staff for Amelia and having a great year doing that. So
Earl's background's appropriate. He is the magic of Rotary. He introduced me to Rotary, actually, was the first Rotarian I met. So always have a soft place in my heart for Earl.
oh
All right,
geez.
thank you.
Yeah, of course, I'm her favorite dinosaur.
That's right. Indeed. I gave that to him. I gave that to all our clubs because I'm the baby of the club by a long shot. So I teased everyone about being dinosaurs, and then for National Dinosaur Day, brought in a huge pack of little play dinosaurs. So Earl kept his.
That's so cute.
All right, Joan.
Hey. I'm Joan McGregor. I'm from Orange, Virginia, and we've had no public image branding or anything. So I'm an infant. I've only been a Rotarian for less than a year, to be, I think, October. So I took over their Facebook page and I've been working on that. I don't do the website. We have somebody else that works on that. And I think we've talked to Earl about sprucing that up some. But Jane, I'm very interested in touching base with you and collaborating and seeing, take a look at what we do or I've been doing. Like I said, I'm all new to this. I also do another Facebook page for a dog rescue, and that's very easy.
Yeah.
But Rhody's totally different.
Yes, I'm happy to help you, Joan. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. If you could just put in your email address or how I can get in touch with you, or I guess I can search in DACDB.
I'll put it right
Yeah.
now in the chat.
Okay.
I'll put in a plug for Ignite, the new
Yes.
app.
Oh, so I can go on there too and find you? Like I said, this is all new to me.
I'm putting my email contact in the chat right now.
Okay.
Mhm.
And Joan, I'm so happy that you're jumping in as a new Rotarian.
Yeah.
I did the same, and it's been such a gift. And I think getting involved, with the resources on the district level is so fortifying, both, for your club, but then also for your participation in Rotary. So happy to have you here.
And I also just recently took on the cart chair for the district. So that would be something, I don't know. Like I said, it's all new. Like
I'm not familiar with that, actually. My apologies. What is CART?
CART is Coins for Alzheimer's Research Trust.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, so we're bringing it to our club, and in our district, I think there are maybe two other clubs that participate, and 100% of the monies that are collected goes to research for Alzheimer's. And it was actually started by a Rotarian in South Carolina.
Wow,
And so, yeah.
that's incredible. Well, great. I'm so glad to see you active, and Jane is an incredible resource. I hope that the upcoming Q&A sessions are helpful. And then in terms of having that foundation if you're starting, kind of from scratch for the Facebook page, I think
Yeah.
that Elevate Rotary will be really helpful. And then just going to I am distracted by the whirring. I don't know where it's coming from, but
Yeah.
um, um, yep, that did it. Thanks, Tracy. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, that I think it's also helpful if you look at other clubs within the district, to see things that like you don't like about their pages and kind of get an idea of how they organize things. And you can see, clubs that are more active that are like posting every day, and I think that's a little, especially if it's like mostly on you, probably overboard, but you know, getting an idea of like what may be a good weekly or bi-weekly post depending on what's, your club is doing in terms of activities to highlight. All right. And then Tracy.
Hi, everybody. Tracy McPeck. I'm with the North Stafford Rotary Club, and I've been a Rotarian for 5 years. I've been doing public image probably for 3 or 4 of those years. And I also manage our Easy and Beautiful website. We're on Facebook and Instagram. And then I also manage the social media for Via Colore Stafford, which is the big art festival that we do in conjunction with the Stafford Rotary. And I've been doing social media for a long time, but the struggle for me is just actually finding the time to do it. Even carving out a chunk of time to sit down and schedule posts is a challenge for me between my job and Rotary, and I'm on another board. But I'm always eager to learn about, what other people are doing and how I can just improve what we're doing all the time.
Thank you. Hyra.
Hi, everybody. Good to meet you, Tracy. I didn't know you and Joan. Ed and I have a very friendly relationship historically. Um, I need to tell you, I just had some very sad news, and I may have to leave us early. But let me see if I can say this quickly. My goal, I'm past president of Tyson's Rotary, and I'm currently the public image team. That does not mean I have a skill set. It means I love storytelling. So my club, because I'm always telling the story, what is the magic of Rotary, whatever we're doing, they just put my name there. So what I've been doing, and I have to give kudos to Jane, who encourages me, is to take one story, say bi-monthly, and prepare it for the district newsletter, and then repurpose it for our website and for our Facebook page. And I'm going to get some help from Jane, which she doesn't know, to get it on our district Facebook page. What I am passionate about, which Jane and Jenna know, is podcasting. And I have a weekly radio show. And what I did informally over the past 3 years is to create a theme called Rotary Opens Opportunities Through Service. So I've got about 25 stories that highlight like Strategic Water Alliance, Haiti, the things that we've done. And at some point, I think that's how I got on the district committee. Amelia talked to me about starting a district podcast, which I think would be great. And I offered my expertise and my studio time, but the challenge for us as a team is once we have the collateral, how does district own it and distribute it? That would be the challenge, but it's such fertile ground for creativity, bringing in our partners, etc. This year we got an Interact Club at Marshall High School, and I went to one of their meetings. They said, Miss Tyra, can we come on your radio show and do this, that, and the other? And I'm like, yeah, let's market that sucker, let's get Interact and Rotaract interested. Let's make it exciting. So that's one of my passions. Connie has been wonderful in terms of keeping me straight. In terms of the district newsletter, last year I tried to get something in every month and then repurpose it. I guess what my secret wish is, and I think I've done a little bit of it, is move my club from being Rotary snobs.
As soon as I introduce myself.
I'm sorry. By that, I mean, don't be ashamed to talk about the fact that we are passionate about helping marginalized youth, adults, and mental health sustainability. So everything I put out has, it tracks back to those three things. Everything I publish tracks back to those three things. Tyson's Rotary supports marginalized youth, adults, and mental health sustainability. I are lucky enough to have an honorary member, Dahlia Palchek, who's a board of supervisor for Providence, and she helps me push out things in their newsletter. And we have Congressman Connolly, whose office helps us. And because we're using those things, we are aligned with them. So if I were magic and I could wiggle my nose, I would blow that up, because I'm looking at our world today, and God knows those are the populations that need us desperately. I don't have much else to say except, Jane, I need to talk to you about advancing my Canva expertise soon, if that's okay with you.
Perfect.
Thank you for all that you do for me. I appreciate you so much. I think that's it. I lost my goddaughter's sudden death last night, and I can't think really. I'm doing the best I can, but
I'm so sorry, Tyra.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna stay as long as I can, okay?
Yeah, of course. Thank you for making the time. But of course, that I'm so sorry to hear that, and whatever you need to do to take care of yourself, appreciate whatever time you're here with us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Nancy?
I'm trying to unmute myself. Sorry.
Sometimes it takes a minute. I understand.
I know nothing about public image. I'm not sure I want to learn, but I'm the president of the club, so I thought I'd listen for as long as I could.
Okay, terrific. I'm glad, really important, because obviously public image has so much to do with overall leadership. So glad you're here. Thank you. And then finally, Indira, and I'm responding to your message right now.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Indira Donegan, and I'm in the Gainesville Haymarket Rotary Club. And I've been a Rotarian for actually 20 years. I need to fix DAC-DB. I don't know why it says 18. This is my 20th anniversary, and
Amazing.
very excited to be supportive here. I was actually a 23-year veteran. I retired from the Army in October of 2021. And now I work in technology here on the East Coast as a chief technology evangelist for a company called Red River, which I absolutely love. And being here in this club, they had asked if there were some things that I might be interested in doing, and it would seem like public image would be super easy for me because just based on my job and what I actually do in technology to manage some of the media and technology for the club seems like a no-brainer. So we'll see. I've been playing on DACDB a little bit and trying to figure out how to do as many things as possible with as few keystrokes as possible. So hopefully Jenna will give us some good insights on how to leverage some of the different tools that are there that can auto post for us across multiple sites and just how to get the most bang for the buck. I'm also president, I don't know if it's president-elect, so I won't do it next year. I'll do it the year after. So I don't remember what that particular thing is. So this was also a great way for me to kind of get a bird's eye view of what we're doing and how to help mobilize folks within the club, as well as get new members in leveraging our social and just branding and working with the different outlets here that are local to us, papers, announcements, online venues, even like TV media and whatnot for some of our larger impactful, visually impactful things that we do, like Flags for Heroes, which is today in the Haymarket, Gainesville area. If you're close to Old Town Haymarket, it's really stunning. A lot of work from a very few amount of people, honestly, to put 8-foot flags in honor of fallen soldiers or service members, police officers, firemen, firewomen, all that kind of stuff. So when you see that on Old Town Haymarket with these huge flags all lining Old Town, it's really beautiful and really makes you think about those who have served and really paid the ultimate price for our safety and our values. So that's the kind of stuff I want to try to get a bigger spotlight on in order to bring in more people from the community. I think like many clubs, our club is aged and it's hard to get those to come in that are even in the club sometimes to come to the meetings, and we meet only every other week. And I really want to try and do something to bring in an infusion of energy into the club over the next 2 years. I'm sure everybody has this as a goal. And if you don't, you should, because just like the church, if they're not crying, then we're dying, right? We want as many young folks to come in and carry the torch and learn what Rotary is about and be a really active part of their community. So we do have a couple youngins that have joined us. And by that, I mean, they're in their like late 20s, early 30s. And it makes me so happy because that was me 20 years ago in the first club that I joined. And but now I feel like it's real. I feel like a huge responsibility. I really feel it physically, viscerally, to like try and get as many folks that were my age back then in my 20s to give Rotary a try, because I never thought I would be able to get into a Rotary club in my 20s. And the reality is every club would love to have the extra energy and a pair of hands and insights and ideas that are fresh and new that could bring in more folks to their club. And I just always looked up to Rotary and Rotarians as being people who were so accomplished. Like I just wouldn't be able to be a member until I had done more in my military service or got out of my military service. And that's just not true. So I'm hoping that the public image role, I will be able to galvanize something new and fresh for my club and really achieve all these kind of goals that I'm talking about for us. And I'm going to lean on my battle buddies, all of you guys who are doing this, to get your ideas and the things that work good for you too. And hopefully just reach out and call you on my cell phone when I have a question about some of the other things like DACDB that I've not ever spent a ton of time on, even though I registered with it when it first came out. Just to get like extra points for district, when it first came out. So that's me in a nutshell. Those are my goals. That's my plan for Rotary now. And I'm really looking forward to spending more time with you guys and being a part of this great district. Thanks.
Well, Indira, I am so happy. I think that everything that you've shared touches on what I consider, and I know that Jane and Tyra would agree with me here, the touch point of good public image, which is authenticity and storytelling. Your enthusiasm and the way that you interwove your personal narrative with Rotary and how how your experiences led you to Rotary and your excitement and enthusiasm and vision for its future, I think is exactly the kind of energy that is so important. And, and obviously there's a strong relationship between public image and membership that you've also highlighted. So whether it's in actually creating and sharing content, whether it be on social media or in newsletters or in emails. Public image is also like the way that we carry ourselves and how we talk about Rotary to other people. And it's obvious from what you shared that you really love it. And on a personal note, I wanted to share with you that I am 32 and I just commissioned as a United States Navy Reserve officer. So I was excited for your reference to the military service.
Congratulations
Thank
and
you.
so much. And if you ever need anything, please call me. It's always nice to have a lot of female mentors that have been there, done that, got the t-shirt and the ribbons. Just
Yeah.
give me a call on the down low anytime you need to bounce something off of a fellow service member. Because I'll tell you, it was the hardest 23 years I think I could have ever embarked on. I joined and was commissioned at 22 after I graduated. It was the best job I ever had. Every
That's
job
amazing.
in the military I did over 23 years, to include deployments overseas, to include Iraq, Afghanistan. It was the best job I ever had.
That's incredible. And thank you so much for
I'm
your
sorry, I'm getting emotional because I'm so excited for you right now because I know what you're about to walk into, especially as a reservist managing two separate careers now. And I'm just so proud of you. And I just met you. If you need anything, you'll call me. I will pick up.
Thank you, Indira. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Um, okay, so I had like a million thoughts at once. Okay. In terms of time, like time to create content, share content, and I obviously can relate to limited time. One thing I wanted to ask everyone is who has a Canva account?
Who has a Canva account?
Yeah, who has a Canva account?
I do.
I
All
do,
right.
but mine is the free one. I don't pay for it.
That's okay. I think
Yeah.
Canva Pro, you can, once you start creating a lot more content, it's helpful to have the pro account. It's like $13 a month, and you can create a brand kit and have access to a more extensive library of high quality images. So it's helpful in that sense. You can also like remove background on some images, which can help with like a layering effect sometimes. But I think that, if you're just starting out and just getting the Facebook page up and running, the standard version more than covers your bases. So if you didn't raise your hand for a Canva account, I would recommend that you create one. Standard version is free. It is like the equivalent of graphic design for dummies. And I don't mean that in a condescending way. It just makes it extremely easy to like line up margins and create beautiful content that looks like it would have taken, a lot longer than it does to create. Very helpful. And why I start with that is because in Canva, you can link your social media accounts. So you can link, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and schedule content out in advance so that obviously it doesn't take it doesn't reduce the time that you still need to produce the content in the first place, but it does help at least with scheduling that you don't have to then go and individually match to each platform. You can set it up so that everything is ready to publish at once if you're not aware of that feature yet.
Jenna, can I break in for a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
I have not used that feature. That's really good to know. I have to go and explore that more. But I also wanted to say that our club, I was able to get us a Canva Pro account for nonprofits for free. So I'll put that link in the chat, and then you have access to the extra. There's lots of graphics and stuff that are really nice if you can get them through Pro, and we don't have to pay for it. So
Thank you so much.
No.
sure.
I would say with the Canva Pro for organizations, just make sure that whoever's has access to that account is just using it for club purposes and doesn't start intermixing personal purposes or graphic design for other organizations, because that has come up for other clubs of like, then the account is mixed up with all the stuff that the person who created it obviously wants to hang on to it, but it's now the property of the club and it makes things complicated. So just make sure that that is clear from the get-go. But thank you for highlighting that, because
Sure.
it is a great resource. Let me see. I'm gonna
Hey, Jenna,
yeah.
before we move off that, this is the first I've heard about being able to get this for nonprofits and so forth free. We've got a finance committee meeting Friday, and that's one of the things on our agenda. So
Oh,
you and I
nice.
can talk and find out some of the particulars, but I'd like to know more about that capability.
Perfect. Let's see.
I've seen it. I was looking at it for, the dog rescue to get it for free for
Okay.
them. And I think what I ran into is whatever the number is, the nonprofit, I can't think of it off the top of my head. I guess their nonprofit number, you have to plug that in somehow.
EIN.
What'd you say, Jane?
EIN.
Yes.
Yeah, the legal identification for the nonprofit to verify basically that it is a nonprofit.
Right. So how do you get that number if you wanted to?
You
Does
would
each club have their own number, or is it a district thing?
Each club has its own number.
Okay.
You would want to link up with whoever is responsible for maintaining kind of like the institutional memory of the club, whether that's the
Okay.
president or secretary. The treasurer should have that information as well.
And what number did you call that? The ID?
E as in elephant, I as in indigo, N as in Nancy.
Okay. EIN number. Okay.
There's also a EIN lookup tool. If you just Google it through the state of Virginia.
Okay. Okay. For nonprofits.
Correct.
It's for all businesses and
Okay.
nonprofits with an EIN.
Okay.
Okay, while we are chatting, I am in my Canva account, and what I'm gonna do is, what is this? No, I don't want to glow up. I am quite all right. Oh, why am I getting this? I'm a millennial and technology proficient in a lot of ways, and then some things I'm like, why? Stop bothering me with this nonsense.
Hey, while you're looking that up, I just did a quick Google search on what is the EIN number for the Gainesville Haymarket Virginia Rotary Club, and it gave it to me. It's a publicly listed number for your organization, so it should be available in the interwebs. If you
Oh,
can,
perfect.
Can you look up Orange since you're in there?
since I'm in the Google, yes, I can. Do that. Give me the full name of your club.
I think how do they have it?
Rotary Club of Orange County, I believe.
I think you're right, Earl.
I just found it.
Orange County, Virginia.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you guys are ready, let me know. I'll share my screen and just point to where the option is for scheduling so that you've got that moving forward. Probably easier to show it than try to explain it. Can everyone see my Canvas screen?
Yes.
Yep.
Perfect. The Zoom bar. Okay, there we go. The Zoom bar was on top of my other one. Okay. So you go to share here and then click on see all. And then you scroll down and it takes you to social. So
Mm.
you've got Facebook, X, Tumblr, Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook story, LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn and page. Don't want to click on any of those because I don't want this accidentally going to my Facebook, but you can click on those and it will invite you to link an account. So you can link the account for your club's page, for example, and then be able to share that out. There's also one moment. Let's see.
That's cool. Thank you.
Of course. I apologize, my funny. Mm. It is looking like the scheduling option is only available with Pro. Jane, do you know if that's correct or not? You're on mute.
I use Pro, so I'm not sure if that's, because I don't have the regular account. So I'm
Yeah.
not really sure. If somebody has a regular account, maybe they can check by just clicking on their share and then seeing if that feature is there.
Okay, that works. I'm going to link this. It's a instruction so that you can easily reference it. It gives an overview of Content Planner, so you can go through and see the calendar and schedule out posts in advance. The only thing or like caveat to that I would suggest is like if it's something that's really important, like time, not just like an evergreen post, but timely, those I tend to schedule more in real time if I want a little more control over it. Or make sure that I'm like available around the same time to verify that it posted on the right at the right moment, or if there's any like additional information that needs to be added, like if something's sensitive, those things I would shy away from scheduling too far out in advance. But otherwise it's a really helpful tool, like I said, again, really for evergreen content in particular, to be able to take care of it. If you've got a few hours on, a Saturday afternoon, get everything set and then put it in and, don't have to worry about it.
Thanks.
No problem. Earl just looked like he went into the Rotary of Bliss. That was
That's so funny. You just like magically appeared.
I needed more coffee, so I'm working
yeah.
on it.
I understand. I got mine as well. No luck on finding EIN.
I found it. I put the link above where it says the cis.scc. That's it. That should be it.
In terms of easy story, Jane is the master at that. So our expertise, and I mean she's amazing with graphic design too, but I'm more on the social media graphic design end, and Jane is an expert at all things newsletter, DACDB. So Jane, if you don't mind, I'll turn it over to you to maybe give some level insights about that.
Yeah, I do when I go to my meetings, or anything that I want to tell about a story. I just sort of draft a story. I do take a lot of pictures. I go through my pictures, my content, and edit them, and then I create like a collage within Canva, and then just to tell the story. And I also do a lot of tags in the story so that I'm bringing in, like we just did in our club last week. We had our speaker, his name is Kurt Rose, but he manages, it's the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And it's something that our club has done for a very long time. And he now has he's through these donations, not only are we giving books to children free, but we're also, he's also created his own nonprofit. And so giving back to local schools, that type of thing. So just making sure that we're giving people credit. Jenna, did you have something?
Yeah, I just want to piggyback on that. Giving people proper credit for, tags, photo credit. Also making sure that if you are tagging an organization, that it's done with intention and a sense of purposefulness. Like, have you had a conversation with that organization? Are they aware that you are going to tag them in content? Is it appropriate and timely? And I say that just because as a general caution, there are varying skill sets in Rotary. You want to make sure that it's done tactfully and that we're not also just tagging or random people and organizations that shouldn't be tagged. So and then one personal note, because Jane mentioned her photography skills, I asked her to be the photographer at my commissioning ceremony in Dira because she is so talented. Her photography is exceptional. So that's just me bragging on my friend, but Jane, go on.
No, well, Earl's our photography expert too. He's fantastic.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Definitely.
And, but anyway, I do enjoy photography. In fact, I didn't tell you, Jenna, but I'm a Google Maps contributor, and I have over almost 4.5 million views of my pictures. So, it's a pretty good, I keep contributing and it's a good thing. But anyway, no, just telling stories, you can, and just talking to your members, getting stories. But what I do is to keep my story fresh. I usually within the day or 2 days, I'll set up a draft on P story, and just set it up, find a heading, put in a draft, go in, edit it. And then I make my attachments with my photos. Usually it would only accept on a P story, it would only accept one photograph. And so anyway, and then when I feel comfortable with that, I will go ahead and publish the story. So that's how I've been doing it for a long time. I just try to keep things fresh. And sometimes I don't have time, but I'll go back and through my notes and collect. And even if I put out a short story, it's better than I just feel like to keep the website and to keep social media content fresh, and I don't wait a month, between stories. I just, as soon as we have something going on, I try to get that out. I also reach out to our local, we have cable television. We have a local new, we have two, we're Herndon Reston. So we have the Herndon Connection, but also we have, it's called the Reston Letter. We have the Fairfax Times. We always try to include stories. They don't always accept our stories, but I do send them our stories. And so far, we've had good luck with getting our information, our content printed. Yeah. But does anybody have any questions about P Story in DACDB? Does everybody know how to use it? You know how to use it? Yeah. So yeah, just go on to, when you go into your DACDB, just, that's one of the, it's a P Story icon, and just click that, and just, you can set up your story in a draft form. And
Indira shook her head no. Is there
Right.
like a screenshot or maybe some like a step-by-step overview that
let me see if I can, give me a moment. Jenna, why don't you talk about something else? Let me see if I can pull it up real quick while you do that.
okay, will
Or
do.
just where on DACDB, I have DACDB pulled up. Where is the icon that I would click? I'm at my club homepage.
It's
Which, like, I need to figure
right?
out offline too with somebody who has time, like just how to even realign stuff on my homepage, because ours is, and my club lovingly has said, like, we don't know how to do this and we hate the way it looks, so please go nuts and make it look cool. And I'm like, oh, I'll try, but I don't really know. I've never used it that way, so it's going to take time to figure it out.
Apologize, I'm late.
Hi, Joanne. How are you doing?
A little late. I apologize.
No problem. A queen is never late. You want to take a minute, and we're actually figuring something out at the moment, so it's a good time. You want to just briefly introduce yourself?
Ooh,
Oh,
under my
my name is Joanne Berkson. I'm a member of the McLean Rotary, and I'm chairing the Public Image Committee, and there's always more to learn. So I'm happy to be here.
Wonderful. Jane is providing an overview of DACDB and its usefulness for public image, so I will hand things back to her.
Thank you.
Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is my club, the Herndon Reston Club, and so when you go into the my club, you should be able to see you have Easy Story, P-mail, your website, your calendar, how to find your members. But I'm going to go to the Easy Story icon, and this is where.
And sometimes it will be right there, but the location may change depending on how many admin functions you have in your club profile. So just look for those words in that icon. It may be in a different spot, but in that same general location.
Who would traditionally give us admin rights or more rights, expanded rights in DACDB for our club to reach out to?
Depends on your club.
Depends on your level. You should be able to get into your to tell a story. You should be able to get into that feature. But it also depends on your level as well, I believe. Is that right, Earl?
Yeah. If you have issues with that, just shoot me a text or give me a call or an email or something, and
Yeah, I need
we can
access.
help with that.
I can see it here. It says users with editing rights, users with publishing rights. I'm not listed on it yet. And I did talk to Mark and Peter, who I think is actually not in our club anymore, but still kind of supporting because the guys, just they needed some extra help, some IT savvy assistance. I don't even know if Catherine is in the club anymore. So I could reach back out to Mark, but Mark was like, he didn't seem to really know.
Um,
Uh,
but
Earl is great. Sorry, Jane, we talked at once. Earl is terrific with all things admin related for DAC So if you reach out to him, he does it for our club and has also done it extensively for the district.
One other thing while we're talking about it, the icons that you see there, well, on the page before, when you got all those icons, when you hit the district or the club tab and so forth, you can just drag and drop those and rearrange them just like you do on a smartphone or something. So
yeah, so you can create a story. Like I just did this story on our Rotary Club. This is the one I was talking about where Kurt Rose, he came and gave a presentation as a speaker on the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And you can, I know the paragraphs are a little long. We felt it was important to share the information since also he works with different groups. So, but what I did is I created a Canva graphic and about the Dolly Parton Imagination Library and just uploaded it. So I'm just going to go back again, go back to my club, and then we just did another one. We raised $850. So just basically short little stories. Did a graphic in Canva, and we did 22 backpacks for kids, local kids in our community, and shared that. I'll go back again. So to add a story, this is where you would add a story. Add a story. You would do your story name. Rotary Club. We don't do this, but I'm going to put it in here just for that. It's giving away dictionaries to schools. So as soon as you hit, that's my headline. It's in a draft format. I'm going to put it on the website, the homepage, and then I can also share to my social media. Now this is set up in the setup. You can identify your social media links through that. And then with my story content, I can do either a brief summary of the story or a complete story, and it'll appear when you underneath your graphic, and it will say under reading more about it. And this month, education and literacy, we are donating 1,000 dictionaries to a local school. And then you can of course format it however you want. And then I'm going to save it. And then, so it's saved up here in a draft format. And then, of course, I could add if I go back to edit it, I can add a graphic to it. I'm not going to do it here because I don't have one made. But then when I'm ready, I can just hit published, and it'll publish on the website, on the club's website. And so that's how easy it is to do. It's easy to create stories that way. And until they're ready to be published, they can stay in a draft format. That way you can go back and do that.
So how is it connected? Go down to show story in. I get the homepage and websites, but what for Facebook? How do you connect?
Ours is connected. Let me see if the setup.
So do you have to go in there and set that up?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Let me go to the club. I think what I did is I had to identify. Let me look at these admin functions. Let's see. I think I had to do it through. I know that I did it. Let me look at links. These are some of our links. I did our Facebook through our website, through Easy and Beautiful website. That's where I put all of our links in for our club.
Okay. So we don't have the Easy Beautiful yet. We're not, we're still using, Earl, we just talked about
Club
this.
runner.
Club
Runner?
Runner. Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll be moving over, I believe. But if I want it to go ahead and link to Facebook.
Yeah, let me look at this club. This is our website, Easy, and this is our website. And so this is the Easy and Beautiful site here. I just went into that. Here's my social media links.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's from the website. So I'm able just to identify and it'll go right to them. But what I do, since I manage Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, what I do automatically, I'll just go and set things up and publish directly to, because all of them are different, especially with tagging. So sometimes what I do is I'll go right into a Facebook page, and then I will identify that I have the proper links if I'm tagging someone to make sure, because like there's certain Rotary clubs, they might be in a different state, but it could be still called the Rotary Club of Leesburg, but it might be Leesburg, in Nebraska. So
Right.
when you're tagging things, you have to, so I go ahead and I identify them before. That's why I do them sort of separately to make sure that I'm in the right area. So this is an Easy and Beautiful website. So you can create your header. Ours is custom, but you can set your pictures. Let me go down to this. So these are all of our, for our website, the left side of our website, these are all of our unused as events pass, we put them in the center. We don't use them. I've designed the right and the left side of our website. And then we have an image gallery. We've got thousands of pictures that we store on ours. And then our social media links, our top bar, what we want it to say on the website, and even on the side, that type of thing.
So you can store your photos there?
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's where I store all of our photos, a lot of them. But we also have a Gmail account for our club. And under the Gmail account, a lot of our Rotarians, if they're out at an event, they will share to the Gmail, the photo gallery. Yeah. So that's the DACDB. Can you see our website here?
Yes.
Okay, so this is our website. I know it's a little busy, but that's the way I am. So I like to put a lot of content on our website. So we have a donate for our nonprofit directly, our club meeting schedule. These are some of the stories that I just did yesterday. And then volunteer opportunities that we've got. These are our weekly meeting, our speakers that are coming in starting in September, October, our Dolly Parton Imagination Library, where our mailing address for people to mail their dues, some of our online information about Rotary on the left. I do include our anniversary dates, but I don't put birth dates on our page because I feel like I don't want to give too much information about people's personal information for security reasons. And then we have our president and our club leadership on the left. This is the Rotary theme calendar. So when we're scheduling our speakers, we try to get a speaker that's aligned with our Rotary themes. And then we always include the district events. We feel it's important so that our members know about what's going on the district. And then that's the backpack story. And so what I do, I just sit in a meeting. We had a club speaker he's taught at South Lakes High School for 25 years. And then we had, so this is our club members. And then so I did a quick story. I always give credit to our where we're meeting at, just to sort of like promote everybody in a good light, in a positive light. So we build camaraderie and goodwill with everyone. And we have one person that just went to India. So he's from India, was in India, traveled to a Rotary Club in Belgium. So we highlighted that. These are our pictures on the left. As you can see, we try to keep everything current from the top. So we did a Citizens of the Year, our installation. We do a monthly food drive. We do a Rise event, Rise Against Hunger. We have 2 Interact clubs in Herndon and South Lakes. So again, we do QR codes that go directly to our website. And so you can see, I know it's a lot of moving parts. Well, also because we're 2 clubs, we merged a couple of years ago with the Rotary Club of Reston. We didn't want to lose their Facebook information. So what I did is I pulled every single picture from their club and put it as part of a gallery. And also our own history of our club is very important to us. So I know it's a lot of information, but in fact, this is one of our Rotarians. We decided we had all these flags. So what we did, we decided to make it a project. So we created a flag banner. And so we displayed it. And so I know it's a lot of information, but that's who we are. That's what we are. We're very proud because we have 85 years of community service, and we were named this year as the Outstanding Club of the Year for a medium club.
So where is the training on all this? On how to, like link your Facebook page? Earl, is that something? Or is it just the training that's on DACDB?
Yeah, there's all kinds of videos like we talked about the other day.
Yeah.
On the DACDB support
right.
page. So
just go in there and look at that, and then when I can't do it, I just call Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can call me, absolutely. Or where are you? You're in Gainesville?
No, I'm in Orange, Virginia.
Orange. Oh gosh.
I'm out near the Blue Ridge.
Oh, I love the Blue Ridge.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I know it is. I love the Blue Ridge. Maybe I'll come down and visit you, and we'll spend a day and work on those things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or we can meet halfway, or
Yeah, we can meet halfway. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm from Northern Virginia, so I'm,
sure.
I'll go to Northern Virginia. I love.
Yeah. Okay, come. I live in Ashburn, so if you want to come out to my house, in fact, I've had several people from various clubs come to my house, and we've sat down and spent a few hours going over website and Facebook and all of that. So I'm happy to help.
Yeah, and maybe I'll bring, like I said, this is like a clean slate for us. Even though our Rotary has been in existence since 1927, which I can't even find any history on our club. I even went to the Historical Society, and there's nothing.
Yeah. Well, if you go, this is the DACDB learning. I'm on the DACDB website. If you go to my club, and then you go to once you have DACDB, so you go into, we have the Easy and Beautiful. Let's see, where did I just see that? The training for that. Let's see, Easy website. Okay, so this is the Easy and Beautiful website. And then if you go to support and learning on the far right tab, you'll have an Easy and Beautiful quick start guide. If you need help and something, you can go to a support ticket and create a ticket to help you. But also the help topics on the left, everything that has anything to do with DACDB is right here on the left to create things. There are many videos on this as well, and you can find those. They've got all of these different ones for that. So yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. So and I'm still learning about things. So
right. Well, we have Jamie, who is our communications chair, and he does the website. And, we've been in meetings with Earl, to switch over. And I think he would be very interested in picking your brain.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
I'm getting ready to go out of town for about three weeks. And but when I get back, I'd love to get in contact with you, and maybe
Okay.
we all three can set aside some time um, to meet. Maybe, like I said, halfway. I mean, I know it's far to come all the way out here. So,
Yeah, okay, absolutely. So, does anybody have any questions then about this content before I stop the share? Or with P stories? But like I said, I'm very happy to help.
so what's the difference between P Story and Easy Story? Is that the same thing?
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. It's an easy
Okay.
story. Yeah, I'm
Okay,
sorry.
that's okay.
Your website is impressive, Jane. I may have questions at some point if I can't figure out some of this stuff because mine is super basic.
Yeah, I love it. I sometimes I just sit, I just love, it's like a crossword puzzle, it's good for the brain, brain fitness. No, but I do love telling stories and sharing the good works and good deeds that we do. And we do a lot. And I think it has really helped us to bring in new members. It really has. So, and so I think it's good. I don't have a committee per se, other than a PI committee, other than do have somebody that helps me with pictures. Like sometimes if I'm presenting or whatever, or I'm not there, I need somebody to take pictures. And I do have another Rotarian that helps with that.
That was actually a question I had for the group is I've been doing this solo for a few years. And so none of it's as good as it should be because I just don't have the time. But every time I try to say, hey, I really need a committee or I need some help with this, I can't, it's like crickets. So how do you all handle getting help for some of this stuff? Like I'm not having any luck.
Just delegate and see if they'll do it or not. That's the easiest way that I've found over 20 years. When I ask for volunteers, I get no hands. But when I walk up to someone and I say, Joan, I need you to take pictures for this luncheon and send at least 5 good ones to me before you leave, they just do it.
I mean, that kind of, yeah, I like that being direct and assigning people.
And if you ask the same person a few times and you give them lots of positive encouragement and feedback, you'd be like, you know what? Why don't you be my co-chair on this? And you just basically keep doing what you're doing. Take pictures at lunch, make sure they're good quality, and shoot them over beforehand, and teach them how to use ChatGPT to write a quick blurb in no time whatsoever. So you're not even writing as much as the content yourself. 100%. I am a huge user of ChatGPT and Claude. And I use it for professional writing all the time. And you're still going to have to create a prompt telling the AI what to write, what to highlight. You can get as general or as specific as you want. But what it's going to do is in like 10 seconds, spit out the clay for you to just tweak and modify the way you want. And boom, instead of sitting down at the keyboard and taking an hour to write an article about an event, it takes you 5 minutes and you edit and put your own club flavor on it. People think you're like an amazing writer, and you are. You're also managing technology and using your time efficiently. So take all the credit for it. The AI doesn't care.
Yeah, thank you. I think some of the technical stuff is where I struggle because everybody seems to think I'm an expert in Canva. I'm an expert in the website. I'm an expert at social media. I'm not an expert in any of those. I just learned by doing, and probably because my day job is, library admin. So I've acquired those skills in my work. But that's where I'm really finding challenges. I mean, I think it could help though to start saying to some people, you're going to be the one to take the pictures and put them here when you're done. And I don't know that I've just never, I would love to have somebody who could you be responsible for Facebook, you be responsible for the website. And I would love to extricate myself from having to do that because I'm a president nominee myself. And anyway, it's
I also think being firm with your boundaries and if you say that you're not going to do something or don't have the bandwidth, as much as it might be painful to see oh, it doesn't happen then, don't do it. Create that vacuum and someone will step up or it will reveal that it's really not as much of a priority like it will kind of force an awareness of like what is important here. Because if it
Yeah.
needs to get done, there will be a way, someone or something will happen to bring it to fruition. But if people keep thinking that you're the one who will say, "Oh, I don't have the time," but then you do it, that's what's going to continue to happen.
You're right. You're right. I'm definitely getting better about saying no over the past few years than I had been. Um, but when it comes to like social media and this kind of thing, I feel like there's nobody that's going to do it if I don't. And but you're right, it doesn't have to be on me for like the rest of my life. So
Yeah.
How many members, Tracy, are in your club?
we're about I think we're up to 23 now. We've had a lot of turnover the past couple of years. We've had a lot of new people come in, a lot of people leave. Um, and so we have like, I mean, we're small, but we have a decent amount of people.
Yeah.
I also think like obviously I do social media for my job. Like I understand its importance. And at the same time, there are I think that public image is broader than that as well.
Yeah.
And depending on what the bandwidth is of, your individual bandwidth and the clubs, maybe the social media is not where you want to be investing all the time. Maybe like, you have a conversation with your club and think, okay, maybe like a at least 2 posts a month. Like, what could we reasonably all agree on that will make our Facebook page, for example, look fresh, like it wasn't, last updated last year. You could see that it's still engaged with on a monthly basis, but where would be a better reinvestment of our time that would reach the goals that our club, because I think ultimately public image is not really a goal in itself. It's helping, it's instrumental to other goals. So depending on what those other goals are for the club, then kind of tailor your public image strategy towards that as opposed to public image for the sake of public image.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. I think
Yeah.
one thing that might be helpful, thinking of like the technical side, like the website and the Facebook and Instagram, if I can focus my energy more on the website, getting that more regularly updated, and then sharing that content to social media, that kind of knocks that out. I think I just struggle with sitting down and finding the time to write up a quick story. And if I could be more intentional about it, I think then the other things will fall into place.
I also think that like if you create it's helpful to create things that can be recycled when you have a limited bandwidth to begin with. So like creating think about like a business, like when I was a business owner, like I would create certain advertisements that we could then recycle, put them in like a newsletter, like a regional newsletter, or on a flyer. So it served a variety of different purposes, and that was helpful. And then like, okay, if we're reaching out to XYZ newsletter, we can just pull that image and it's done, as opposed to having to like create something new for each sort of opportunity, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
It does. Makes total sense. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the advice. It's helpful.
Yeah, I know Amelia and Eileen Curtis are always also working on like a Rotary roadshow where you know clubs can highlight like their activities in a brochure. So that's something else that I think would uh, have a lot of mileage in the sense of you could use it at a roadshow like that. You could, drop them off at your local library or businesses so that people could see them, give them out to guests. And it's that kind of activity where like it will require some work to complete it initially, but then it will multiply in how many uses you can get out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
some silence in.
Yeah, I would love to reach out to either you, Jenna, or Jane, just to either go side by side on a Zoom call. I could share my screen so you can see what I have. Because the issue I have is I'm trying to poke around and follow along with things. I'm talking to some of the guys at my club who have access and are doing stuff. They're under the impression I have access to everything. But I'm not physically seeing that, and nor can I do things. So it's just like a disconnect of because we had so much movement and some people left the club that were doing a lot of this. And so maybe when I sent my info out to Jane, but if I can connect with you too, Jenna, just get you on speed dial. That might be the easiest because I have to tell them what to do to let me be able to do what they want me to do. But I don't know what that is. So
Yes.
Let's see. I'm trying to find I'm trying to find your club right now. Let's see.
Gainesville Haymarket.
Gainesville Haymarket. I'm trying to find your website. I can see your Facebook. Let me see.
Our website is ghrotary.org.
Let's see. Okay.
And like I love our website. It's really clean, and I would like to put a little bit more color, make it a little bit more inviting and flashy in the very front part. Otherwise, whoever's been doing that, I just want to be able to get in there to maintain it and a little bit more stuff. But otherwise, I kind of like because we're small, so I mean we're not going to have too much more to add to it than what we've got now.
Okay. Are you using Club Runner? Yeah.
Oh, I think so, but I'll talk to you offline. I don't want to take the whole
Sure.
group time to
Okay.
do it, but I would, if I can get with one of you guys on a virtual and then just share my screen, you can kind of tell me where I should be, what I should be doing. And then if it works, great. If it doesn't, that'll be a note that I'll take of getting my club to figure out how to get me the access to that. So
Perfect. I think maybe we could, Earl, if you're willing, loop you in on that call as well. If it involves any technology as far as
admin,
like
right? So
admin is concerned, Earl is the best at that.
So Mark Cook,
Okay.
who's my president-elect, he said I have level 4, which is the same that he has. And I was like, I don't know why it's not working. So maybe it could be user error too, and I'm just not doing something right because I'm brand new to it.
So
I don't think so. If you don't see it on your end or don't have that capability, then
Right.
yeah.
yeah, if you're a level 4 now.
That's what Mark Cook had tried to put me in for, and he thought that it was done.
Let me check on that. Jenna, can I show my screen one time? You mentioned the Rotary road show.
Yeah, the roadshow or
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
You see that tent?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. You get the whole package. There's the tent, there's the table and the tablecloth. The QR link takes you to I think the the membership leads thing. You get the banner in the back here, so it's all one package. Dave Furia from Amelia's Club has got the cog on that, so you can just call him if you want it for a special event. It's available. And it's getting very popular, so give him a call and you you can use it. So
What do we call that?
Dave Furia, Furia in the Warrenton Club.
Yeah, I know the roadshow is going to be via Clory Stafford, that event that I had mentioned earlier.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's exciting. It's a nice setup.
Something that doesn't seem to apply to any of you, but is bugging me as a person who is sensitive to public image stuff is like my image is so dark in this screen. It just moved recently and I need to dig up. I have like a light that you can attach to the computer so that the light is in the front, not coming from behind. Oh, driving me crazy.
Jen, I just got one. It's got a little ring light right around
Yeah,
the
exactly.
that
Yep.
works. Seems to work pretty well. I guess you can
Yeah, it helps a lot. So, I don't want to extend this just for the sake of going to 11 o'clock. Are there any specific questions to continue on this call, or would everyone like to follow up on more of an individual basis as things come up?
Yeah, thank you very much for that much that I was able to participate in. I don't know if anyone here knows Richard Golden. He's our webmaster in McLean and has helped me with DACDB and adding Easy Story and such. But we are having problems connecting a new Facebook page. And I would like to get some advice from anyone here. And
Do
again,
you,
Jane, I would also like to harbor you for a day or two, but
yeah, do you use Easy and Beautiful, DAC on, is that what?
this is the first time I heard about it.
Okay, if you do use it, you can put your links in there. You can set up your links through that. I can show you how to do that.
Yeah, maybe we could do that.
Yeah, because they're
Appreciate it.
really, you're not too far from me. I used to work in McLean, so I'm familiar, and I know Michael Arietti and a lot of the Rotarians there.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yes.
Also, your sunroom looks absolutely lovely. What a great way to spend this Saturday morning.
It's actually a screen porch.
Oh, even better. Perfect.
Yeah. And it's sort of an additional living room when the weather's
That's great.
nice. It's great
Yeah.
for coffee in the morning. Thank you.
Yes.
Would it be possible, Jenna, to could you shoot out a note to all of us, just, so we all have each other's emails too? I got a couple here, but it might be nice just to build out our PI district teammates. And as we find more people or get more people active, we can get them in at least a distro list.
Yeah.
So we're always able to find each other based on what we were doing on our calendars, etc. And then
Absolutely.
if I get time with either of you in the coming week or two, I mean, lunch on me, we can come to my house, I can go to your house, wherever. I'm in Gainesville, Virginia, so just up 43B off of 66 East to make it easy for folks. 66 West. But I would definitely like to do that. I need to do a little bit more time with my club because I just got the EIN documentation. So for anyone who doesn't have the nonprofit Canva page and you're going to set that up, I just did it while we were on this call. And you do need to upload some type of documentation. So your treasurer EIN letter. I could do everything to include Find My EIN without anybody's help. But then I got to that point and that was a showstopper. So I just got her to shoot me a photo of it. You could download it as a PDF, upload it in, and you're done. It's really simple.
Nice.
I was having problems. I was at a level 4. And Earl, you know what? Remember we talked the other night? We had said that Amelia had put my level up. And right when we got off that call, I had an email that said that I should be a level 4. Can you check again to see what level I am?
I looked at it before we started, and you were still level 6.
Okay.
So
But talking about not getting into the where it says, I think this is for, is it Indria? Is that how you pronounce your name? Indira. Okay. I was having problem, and Connie told me to completely log out of DACDB. She says log out. She says don't just bring the page down, but go down and actually log out and then come back.
Yeah.
And for some reason it popped back up.
No joy for me.
No joy. I didn't have joy.
Okay. Indira, you are set at a level 4 right now.
Okay.
I'm going to change that to a 6.
Okay.
And see if that gives you access to what you need. So
Okay.
now you might have to log out and log back in to make that take effect.
Yeah.
But I bumped you up to where
That's what helped me. And from a 4 to a 6 helped me.
Perfect. I will do that right now. And then one other thing I just wanted to share with the group, just to get your quick thoughts before we hang up. Do you all have a LinkedIn page for your club? No.
Yes,
No.
I do.
No.
We don't have one yet either, but I'm a huge believer in the power of LinkedIn. It is the largest professional platform in the world with almost 2 billion users. And so I have no other social media but LinkedIn, which is also going to be interesting. How am I going to support our Facebook page and everything else when I don't actually have accounts there? But I want to figure out a way to get get a page set up in LinkedIn for Rotary for my club that's not affiliated with me per se. Maybe I have to be the sponsor for it, but when I'm no longer doing it, I can transfer that sponsorship over to somebody else who will pick it up. I don't know. I just don't want it to be where if I ever move out of here and change clubs, that they don't have whatever we've produced together over the period of time that we've set that LinkedIn page up. But for me, I'll be honest with you, like to our earlier conversation, the only reason why I agreed to do this, I mean, I guess it's twofold. One, they needed it, but two, because I believe it's the best way to build the club's not just image, but membership. Membership is like everything to me. I've been in 6 or 7 different clubs over the course of my 20 years because as a military person, I'm PCSing every 18 to 24 months or so. And I never lapsed in my Rotary club or my love for being an active Rotarian. The membership thing is what really is driving me to do this, to try to figure out, how to squeeze a little bit of extra time in my crazy weeks to do this for them. And then I want to leverage LinkedIn to start targeting owners of companies in my Haymarket, Gainesville area with messaging, invitations, just even connecting to them might put what we're doing locally in the community on their LinkedIn page. And hopefully,
Indira, I think you're creating a new job for yourself on the district level. I think that's a brilliant idea, and that you should help clubs with that. And
I haven't done it yet, guys. I haven't done it yet. I'm thinking about it, and I'm not sure how to do it.
That is incredible. I think that's such a great idea. I love it.
But I will tell you that the reason why I do so much in LinkedIn personally for myself is because it drives revenue for my business in a serious way. And a lot of it is connecting with the right influencers, decision makers in the business of technology that I run in. So I want to leverage that know-how for my club, specifically for driving membership. That's really all PI is ever going to be for me, because otherwise I feel like you don't have a public image if no one's looking at you.
Exactly. And that's what I was saying before. There's no point for public image public image's sake. It is
No, when you said it, it totally resonated with me because I was like, gosh, she's right. Because honestly, if it was just about posting stuff on this thing, there's just no way I have time for it. But I really believe if they're not, if we're not crying, we're dying. Like we need to bring in younger, more active folks. No shade on all of our senior members who have been mentors to me my entire career. I love them all, but it's just harder to keep pace with technology and our culture if we don't continue to bring in the next generations. And I just really feel a responsibility to figure out how to do that. And it's crazy because I'm a technologist and I run into things all the time, even like with my phone, where I'm like, I call my 15 or 17-year-old to do it and they do it in 2 seconds, where I'm like, I have degrees in this stuff and I still sometimes struggle. So it's just because I'm not using it and leveraging it the way that generation is, right? So maybe we pin this for a later discussion. How are we using Interact and Rotaract to push our PI work and our messaging work, into different channels? Because obviously my interactors are too young to do a lot of the heavy Rotary lifting, but they could certainly be a part of that messaging because they can do it in seconds, what would take me a few hours to do.
On LinkedIn, regarding LinkedIn, the District 7610 does have a LinkedIn site, but they also have a business network site. So if you look up District 7610, I think it's Business Network, and that's run and managed by a Rotarian. His name is Joe Nam Doe, and Joe is in the Rotary Club of Annandale. He would be a good person to reach out to.
I'm gonna
Rotary
include,
Business Network, Northern Virginia, District 7610.
That's him.
And
So-
so I love that, but like how there's only 8 members in that.
Yeah, I know he's got to build it up.
Oh, you
Contact.
just started it then? Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a brand new thing that just started.
Now he has 9 members. I just
There you go.
Yeah, me too.
And I'll do everybody a solid and drop the link in the chat. If you just click on that link and join it from your LinkedIn accounts, they'll have, 15 members by the end of our meeting. All right, cool.
I have a unrelated question about the Ignite app. So we had started the Ignite app before it was launched system-wide, and I just want to know, when you all are in it, can you see everybody in the district, or is it just your own club?
Right now, you can't see, you can see the other clubs, but you cannot see the members of the district. That's something that DACDB is working on, and I can't remember exactly when it's supposed to be available, but it's supposed to be pretty soon.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure we weren't missing something because we started the app before everybody else got it.
Yeah.
Thank
And in
you.
the meantime, there is the mobile app that's just called DACDB that does have access to all the members. It's just not quite as user friendly as the Ignite is. So
Thanks.
they're transitioning to that. So
Okay, yeah, I have that app too. Thank you.
yeah.
We're having trouble getting everybody to buy into the Ignite app and get it set up like it's such a great thing. Oh, Indira, do you have a trick, a hack?
I have a hack. When I was actually what was the role? I was in Augusta, Georgia, I think, when Ignite first came out. And the way I got my entire club to do it within a week, between meetings, was I was foundation director. And so I actually knew all of the folks with the excessive amounts of foundation points that they hadn't done anything with. And I offered 100 foundation points to anybody who would sign up for that app before the next meeting, and literally like the whole club did it. And many people came up to me like, I'll do it. Like, can you do it for me on my phone? And I'm like, sure, no problem. So we were able to get everybody within a week to have 100% in our club. And I just worked, because I was foundation director, I was always working with some of my heavy donors to, transition those extra points over to newer members or folks who were close. So I would split the difference. So like, say, if I'm running a foundation report and you're at 300 points or dollars before your next Paul Harris level, I would go to some of my senior, crazy donors and be like, hey, can you split the difference? If they'll put 150 in, will you cover them another 150 and I'll do the paperwork for you? And that had us at 100% Paul Harris every year too, that I was there, 100%, E-Ray, 100% everything, because people were able to accomplish additional Paul Harris's at a 50% rate, basically, because we had such mega donors in that club.
That's
who didn't
cool.
know what to do with their extra points. They just I was like, you can't take them with you when you die. So let's get rid of as many of these as possible. They have literally no value except for making our club great. So let's use them.
we're planning on something similar in our club because it's our 40th anniversary, and share the love. Like, there are some who have extra, tons of points, have been in Rotary forever, and members who are newer. So it makes sense.
How did you tell
Yeah.
who had signed up for Ignite?
There was some kind of a report that I was able to generate back then, and it showed everybody in my district if they had it. The other thing too is, they just show that it's on their phone, right? Because we wanted them to have it mobile. And honestly, I think there was only like 40 some odd people in that club, and I did help the majority of them do it myself. So it was the district, or Rotary International has a way of verifying too, because I remember when it first came out, there was a big push to also get people in Ignite to auto pay monthly their Paul Harris contributions. And so like I was one of those people where my demo was to show how to do $10 a month. And I literally did it for myself in front of my whole club. So to this day, I in addition to my donations, there's always a $10 monthly going because I never turned it off in DEC DBE or it never turned it off in Ignite. So and they can do it for like as little as they want. I mean, they can really, if you can just get them to do $5 a month in Ignite, it covers, 3 different levels of giving requirements generally for a club like your E-Ray and have them do it to Polio Plus. So now you can get half the club to do it for polio, half the club to do it for the general or whatever other fund that you want to do. And then you're automatically going to get those awards at the end of the year because it's nobody, $5, you can't even buy Starbucks coffee for $5 anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like nobody notices it when they do it, but it makes a huge impact if they can collectively do it and split it across the things you're trying to achieve goals on at the end of the Rotary year for your giving.
I'm a big proponent of the automatic donation. It just comes out of my account every month and I don't have to think about it.
I just emailed everyone. So you'll have everyone's contact info from this call.
Yay.
Okay. Always easier to do it now than wait.
I just wanted to point out on my email, that is a 0 at the end of my name. A lot of people. Yeah, it's Joan L. McGregor 0. I wasn't thinking when I did that email that people would think it was an O, but it's 0.
I think it should be okay because I copied and pasted it from the chat. So if you put it as a 0 in the chat, it will be good. If you don't receive anything, can you check your inbox?
I'm checking.
Okay, perfect.
Hang on a second. It's synchronizing.
Yep, I got it. I just wanted to offer, I know that using Canva, that we create a lot of documents in Canva, flyers, and some can be, used by other clubs. So if anybody's ever interested, I'm happy to share some of my Canva documents. I actually have over probably close to 1,000 documents promoting different events, different things, polio, promoting themes, Rotary themes, and I'm always happy to share. You can share your content and you would just have to edit it to your club by uploading your club's logo and dates and all that kind of stuff, information. But I am happy to share some Canva documents if that's helpful to anybody as well.
Oh yes, that would be wonderful.
I agree. I was wondering if there was something like a district Canva folder or something where maybe everybody can contribute to or take from.
We're figuring it out. It's tricky because there's a limited number of licenses. So we basically have them distributed so that the relevant district chairs have access. But you can't use the same account on more than one computer at the same time. So we can't share the information with everyone. But what I would like to, thank you, Joan, for confirming. What I would like to do over time is create an accessible folder that could be accessed through the website, for example, of additional templates that are specific to our district that people can access through like logging in, for example. Obviously it will take some time to build that out, but for like all of the annual events, things that are more evergreen, I think that would be helpful.
Yeah. The district also has a District 7610 public image group site. So you may want to, I don't know if that's, Jenna, I don't know what your thoughts are about maybe uploading a couple Canva documents there to share with other clubs. Yeah,
The Facebook one you're talking about, Jane?
yes.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea either. Assuming maybe just in both places, because then the Facebook group will take care of everyone who's on Facebook, but the website for anyone who doesn't have Facebook.
Yeah, that's a thought.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Well, I just wanted to say thanks so much, guys. I'm so glad I was able to meet you all, and this has been a super fun group, and the discussion's awesome. I feel like I found my tribe. So I will definitely be reaching out to you, Jane and Jenna. But I look forward to meeting you all again. I don't know if we do anything where just the PI kind of folks come together at district or whatever. I'm not going to be around next week. I'm on travel in Kansas City for the first part of the week, but I'm going to try to at least come to the donor meeting. It's like I don't know if it's like a heavy hors d'oeuvre dinner type of thing that's happening next week. I've registered for that. So if any of you guys are going, I would love to see you down there. And if not, keep us together, Jenna. Make us all meet again in like 3 months. So like we should be getting together once every
Yeah.
3 to 4 months.
I would be
idea.
happy to. I think that kind of similar to what Tracy said a while back. It's like I've been kind of putting out the call and then like crickets. Like it's been primarily me and Jane and Tyra. So I'm so happy to see the enthusiasm and would love to stay connected with you all.
Yes, please.
Same. Mm-hmm.
Appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Wonderful.
Thank
So
you.
everyone has everyone's email. I did not include phone numbers on the email just out of sensitivity. If you want to share your cell phone number, you're welcome to. Um, and keep an eye out. Like I said, I just moved recently. It's been a bit of a chaotic summer, but now that I'm like getting acclimated, I am planning to initiate the Q&A sessions for district PI, and am excited, hopefully that will also attract even more people to join our conversation. I know, for example, that the person from I'm a member of the Rappahannock Rotary Club, and our PI chair, Dawn, is absolutely amazing. And she goes above and beyond to do photography and daily posts on our account. She loves it. She gets so excited by it. So I know that I anticipate that she will join future conversations as well.
Okay.
Thank you
Lovely.
for sharing your Saturday morning with me. And
Yes.
it's so nice to see new friends and old, and look forward to being in touch.
Likewise.
Yes, thank you. Thank
Okay.
you
Thank you,
so
everyone.
much.
Have a good weekend.
You too.